What's up, everybody? The Cup Series is in Kansas, and as always, I'm going to tell you who the numbers say is going to win and who I think is going to win. Coming up next. Okay, so you know how we roll here. Last 7 races. The past winners are Denny Hamlin with 2 wins, Joey Logano with 1 win. Kyle Busch has 1 win, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Chase Elliott all have 1 win. Now on to your top 10 average finishers. Chase Elliott with a 6.0, followed by Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, and Tyler Reddick brings up the top 10 in average finish. And to further help you set those fantasy rosters, the guys with the most top 5s in the last 7 races at Kansas are Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Chase Elliott with 4 apiece. And at 3 apiece is Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr. And, you know, I'm a big believer in laps led. I think that really gives you a good, strong idea of who will be strong in this race. So, without further ado, Kevin Harvick with 353 laps led. Kyle Larson at 293 in 5 races, by the way, compared to the other guys 7. Denny Hamlin with 275. Joey Logano with 184. Brad Keselowski with 148. And Chase Elliott rounds out your top 5 and significant lap leaders with 141. All right, so your favorites are probably starting to emerge in your mind, but let's go to the sleepers first this time. Eric Jones in 7 races has 3 top 5s and 5 top 10s. He's got to be a good sleeper. Yeah, I know he's driving petty equipment, but his numbers here are super good, so if you're looking for like that last tier driver in your fantasy lineup, he'd be a good pick. Alex Bowman has a pretty good record here. 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and he's in good equipment. He'd be a good sleeper for anything, fantasy team or otherwise. Kurt Busch in 7 races. 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, so he'd be another good one. And Tyler Reddick in 4 races. This is a pretty good one. Tyler Reddick in 4 races has 2 top 10s here. So, got to have him on your radar as a sleeper. All right, now on to guys you should stay away from. At number 1 on the list is Ryan Newman with an average finish of 24.86. He's in decent enough equipment, and he's just not getting the job done here. He hasn't quite figured out Kansas or whatever, so I would stay away from Ryan Newman. Daniel Suarez has an average finish of 22, so you might want to stay away from him. Although, in the earlier race here this year, he did have his only top 10 at this track for Trackhouse Racing, so keep that in mind. And Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain, also some guys you want to stay away from here. Although, in Bubba Wallace's case, just about every single other Gibbs car, which you know they're running basically Gibbs equipment, has had good runs here, so don't necessarily sleep on Bubba, but his average finish here recently has not been good. So don't count on him running good like the other Gibbs cars, but also factor in he's got a good car, so he could have a good run. And Ross Chastain, you got to remember his bad finishes were with bad teams until this year, so I would put that out of my mind. Ross Chastain has a good chance of running here, but by the numbers, those are the guys you should stay away from. All right, now on to your favorites. And if you just go and rank all these things and do that some weird formula where you do a power ranking thing, Kevin Harvick would be your absolute favorite here, followed by Chase Elliott. Then Brad Keselowski actually was 3rd, and then Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Kyle Busch were all also in that mix. Stewart-Haas hasn't had the speed this year, and I hate to say that, but I don't see Kevin Harvick winning this race. I think he'll run good here and he'll have a solid finish, but Stewart-Haas just has not had the speed like they had last year at the 1.5 miles, so I would put him out of my mind. If you go strictly by the numbers, the next 2 on that list, and I would take Brad Keselowski out of that equation as well, personally, but if you go by the numbers, the next 2 people on that list would be, interestingly enough, Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott, and I think those 2 guys actually have the best chance of winning this race. And I would say flip a coin. Do you think Hendrick is going to have the speed at this track, or do you think Joe Gibbs Racing or whatever is going to have the speed at this track? And that's basically who I would pick. Because I think either, and just with the way it's stacked up, these 2 guys want to get that win. So I think These two teams will be where your winner comes from if you're going strictly by the numbers. So I would say either Chase Elliott or Denny Hamlin if you're going by the numbers. Now, who am I picking? In my own personal life, throwing all this out, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I'm picking Kyle Larson to win this race because Kyle Larson likes to win races in a row. He likes to get on a streak. He's shown that this season. All right, so those are my picks. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. We are really, really close to 900, so it'd be cool if we could get that. You guys have been so awesome, and I really, really appreciate it. And if you got a comment, leave it down in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win? What did I miss? Let me know. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.